Welcome back to the channel. Today we've come back for something special. This Batwoman trailer dropped a while ago. It was a few weeks ago, so we're late as hell on this. But I thought we could do some thoughtful commentary, seeing as there's a new Wonder Woman poster that dropped yesterday. It was yesterday or 2 days ago, and it perfectly contrasts this trailer. So we're gonna run through, in quality and just appreciation for the character. Before we start, I just want to let you know that when I was watching this, first all of it, I saw the dislikes and I was like, oh, I wonder why this has so many dislikes. I saw the trailer and like through the first I want to say three-fourths, I was like, this is completely normal. And then she starts doing some stuff. She starts saying some shit. Yeah. And it just was like completely unnecessary. Yeah. So
downward spiral.
It's just a warning.
I saw it and I had something to say about it afterwards too, which is we'll get into it, but it's fucking hilarious to me.
Crows represent order. Safety.
Batman gave up on us. The Bat's not coming back.
Wait, that's the story?
If I'm not mistaken, this is supposed to be like after he retires and like before he comes back in like one of the DC comics.
Imagine how much
like
of
a DC comic line where this happens, where it's like something happens, where it's like he kills someone or someone close to him dies and he disappears for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Imagine how much of a shit city you have to be for Batman to give up on you.
Yeah.
Is there something you'd like to report to your squad?
I don't know why I'm laughing.
It's just weird music for this.
Ran in with a proper backup.
Wait, pause it real quick. This music sounds like rip-off Billie Eilish.
It is. It's exactly a rip-off.
It's literally You Should See Me in a Crowd.
Yeah.
It's the same song.
Yeah. It's not the same song. It's just a rip-off.
No, yeah, it's the same song, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. It's a complete rip-off.
What the fuck?
I know. It's just
Walmart.
It's fucking
Walmart.
Oh, Daniel's just like dying in the fucking back.
And literally anything happens in the trailer.
I mean, immediately it's just fucking awkward feeling is what it is, man. Like,
I do not want her getting in the way.
oh, if I could just say too, I haven't read the comic, but I've seen like designs from it and everything like that. And the main villainess or whatever, her design from the comic is fucking like awesome looking. It just looks like a fucking crazy crackhead lady.
When she showed up,
I don't even know who she's supposed to be.
It's Alice. It's like there's a whole thing where it's like Alice in Wonderland.
The Mad Hatters and
okay,
Batman as well. I thought she was Harley Quinn.
No.
Oh god.
No, yeah. Her fucking design in the comic though was cool. And like there was like a poster on one of the comics that I saw that looked fucking great.
That's a pretty shitty trailer so far.
Yeah, it's pretty shit.
But it's like standard TV.
I just want to say something.
But it's still worse. Like, I mean, there's like you look at like the other CW shows and there's like still edgy and stuff. But I mean, like it's still pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't watch them because I tried watching Supergirl once and that was so cringy.
Yeah. I watched.
Apparently gotten better. Like it was a common thing that it was cringy. Arrow apparently got shit relatively recently.
Yeah, but I don't want to sit through a show just. I guess it's better than sitting through a show for it to get bad.
I hate like sitting through
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, because like the whole problem is it kind of makes it feel like your whole involvement isn't worth it in the end.
Yeah,
I mean like it gets frustrating.
I'm curious, sir. What do you want? I need you to send your father a message.
I have left, Kate.
It's not like she snapped.
Yeah,
Dude, that literally would have killed her. Like that was the cleanest hit I've ever seen.
That was like she got hit by a car, bro.
Dude, that was a home run. Easy home
maybe,
run.
Wait, pause it.
Yeah, sorry.
Maybe the whole show is just her in a coma, thinking she's doing all this.
She wakes up in a wheelchair.
Jesus Christ. Dude, that literally would have killed her.
I don't want to lose you too. Wayne Security. You owe my boss a new door.
Your boss is my cousin.
Oh, she's related to him.
You don't want to go near that. You were seriously not supposed to know what's down there.
So I have this thing with rolls.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear what she said.
See, I have this thing with rules.
Oh.
And she hits the button.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, that's really disrespectful.
It's pretty bad. The bats now choose her.
I need you to fix his suit.
The suit is literal perfection.
It will be. When it fits a woman.
Oh!
Just pause it.
Yeah.
See, that is the part that got me.
Yeah.
Oh!
Why?
Why?
Did not understand that no one likes this?
She could have just said when it fits me, and
Yeah.
that way she just comes off like, you know, a little
Yeah,
self-righteous.
Yeah, right.
Self-righteous.
That fits a character.
Yeah, but a woman. That's so clearly like you're pushing too hard,
Like
bro.
what? Like they don't seem to understand the demographic
No
of people
one
that
likes
watches
that.
these shows.
No one
Yeah.
likes
Yeah.
Let alone that. I mean, like, dude, you look at the women who watch this fucking trailer, and even they're at that moment like, what the fuck? Because that's not the message, you know? The message isn't fuck Batman.
It's like
He's not
saying,
a woman.
It's like, yeah,
The message should be, I can be a hero too.
we can
Like,
all
it's
be
that
heroes.
simple. Right.
It's like, oh, it's bad because it's for a man. It's basically what she's saying.
Right. It's imperfect because it's for a man.
Who are you?
As soon as it's for a woman, it'll be the best.
I'm
It's fucking
literally
stupid.
his cousin.
Like this, I was fine with everything up until this. Yeah, it was mediocre and kind of cringy, but like,
Yeah, I couldn't care
who
less.
put that in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, continuing.
Fuck.
Fucking, like, the fucking whip sound
Dude,
effect.
they've used that one. They use that with the fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
She throws the fire extinguisher. It makes a whip sound.
It's like it's
effect.
cutting through the fucking wind.
Like what?
Jesus. God, you heard that?
Wait, what happened?
What? The song.
That's
The
literally
song.
the
The song. Yeah. The
Oh
song.
my god.
Listen. I don't remember exactly how far back it is. Right here.
Thank you for letting me know.
Your brain just like
Her face.
Yeah.
Dude, they know their target. They know that men watch the show and we're too stupid to understand what gender she is.
God.
So they have to tell us.
That's-
At least she's a woman.
Every
Now we
line has
know-
to be reminding us that a
Yeah.
woman is doing this.
At least now we know what she is.
Or else we won't know that women can have
Is she
power.
just a pro just because she put on the suit? I'm confused.
I don't know. She was fighting before
She's a
she
fucking
had her
street
suit
fighter, I guess. So
She's got a military background.
I know.
She
but
can
I'm
fight,
just-
yeah,
I'm
That's
just
what I
saying-
want to know. I want
I'm
to know
saying
if
that
she's just Amanda's cousin. Okay.
You didn't see the trailer in the beginning of it. You could
Yeah.
see she was in the military.
I know.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, you wasn't paying attention at all. Alright,
The crows.
alright.
It's her,
Yeah.
the bats.
Yeah. The bats take the O away because the O is.
That's the
sexist.
same shit that fucking Captain Marvel did. Discover what
basically.
makes her,
Yeah.
And
and then hero.
Yeah.
Stop.
It's
They have to stop doing this
I
shit.
know.
Stop.
It's fucking.
Just stop.
It's so weird. Anyways, just continuing on. I have more shit to say at the end of this.
Can you pause it real quick? Can you imagine if every time it's a dude superhero, they made
Yeah.
that exact what makes he
A hero.
Yeah, like they push it, like so
Yeah.
you know it's a dude.
you're a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
There's like a fucking like country song in the background. I'm a man. like when he fucking drops in.
Like I'm all for female empowerment. I love that shit. But why does it have to be so?
Why does that have to be sucking like fucking just like
Yeah.
punching you in the face with woman power?
I get it, bro. I have a headache, bro.
It's fucking
I'm-
annoying.
Here's this
Beating
guy
us down,
I'm
bro.
still
Knowing your
bothered.
shit, because what pisses me off is that it kind of like paints it as if this is like contrarian. It paints as if like this is shocking that there's a woman hero. It's not the fucking 40s. Like I mean,
Yeah, I know.
like you know, like
This isn't
This
groundbreaking.
is pretty fucking commonplace at this point. You just have to have a female character who is a character. Same
That's
thing as
fine.
having a dude there who's just a character.
Why do you have to make such a big fuss about it? Just write a good
they
character.
Didn't,
I
they
don't
didn't,
know, like,
they
it's
didn't
that
do this
simple.
with Supergirl. They didn't push it like this with Supergirl.
Yeah.
They just did Supergirl.
Right.
Just
Like, why?
And people are alright with the
God.
show. Maybe not the quality of the writing, but not for the
Yeah.
same reason as this.
Yeah.
just do the character.
Right.
Like maybe the show won't be. Maybe it's just the who edited the trailer is like
Yeah, it could
they
just
just
be the trailer.
framed it like this.
I don't know, maybe, but I'm just saying.
But the line, but there is you can tell the writing's bad.
yeah.
Yeah, when it fits a woman.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the writing is undeniably
And
bad.
not only that,
I mean, so
I still
far.
feel like she just knows how to use the gadgets. Does she practice with the gadgets?
I'm sure they're gonna have a
She
moment like
must
that. in
Because
the
she
show.
seems like the most perfect Batman already.
I know,
Batwoman.
but you have
Woman.
to
Woman.
You have to assume though this is just the
be
trailer.
careful.
They don't show all that development, but who
Okay.
fucking knows? I bet you it's gonna be like she finds the suit and it's gonna be like 3 months later.
Yeah, I don't think...
Could you
It's gonna be her
imagine?
busting a
We
robbery.
could not be bothered to film the B-roll.
Yeah.
So
I'm not about to let a man take credit for a woman's work.
Wait, but you're taking credit for his work though. Like you stole all his shit.
Literally.
like you actually stole all of his
Walks
shit.
up in his
She
business.
literally
started
could have
using
made a different persona. But
You know,
she-
I just realized what she's
I'm
saying-
saying that the writers contradict themselves because they wrote a character who's this contrarian and then put her under the Batwoman name.
What I just realized is that she
Under his shadow.
what she's saying there is that she's gonna change the suit so that she doesn't look like Batman, so that people won't think that Batman's back.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
but
what
she
she's
still
saying.
looks like Batman.
Yeah, I know. She didn't change it enough. In the comic, she has like long ass red hair coming out
Wait.
the back and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
you're
does.
right.
Wait.
Yeah, press play.
Huh?
Wait,
Press play.
Press play.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, this is just the logo. There you go.
Oh.
Wait, did she have hair?
Yeah.
She made the
They
symbol
added-
red.
They added the hair.
I honestly think
I can't tell from here.
I like her. They added the.
Oh, okay.
It's just silent too. It's not even like.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
it looked
It's a wig.
better without the wig.
Yeah, it did.
She could have just added the red logo.
I know, but I was expecting it to be like her actual hair, like coming out of the. I mean, I know it's not in the comic, but to make it look better.
Maybe I guess it helps with the
Wait, it's
secret
not her
identity.
actual hair in the comics
I
either?
don't know.
I think it
don't
is,
remember.
actually.
I don't remember, but if it is, then yeah, that fits more.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man.
So like, yeah, wow. Again, like nothing against fucking female empowerment. We'll get into the next thing, which shows that. But like, dude, there's no reason to do it so fucking directly. It's like having a show with like a Cuban guy as the main character, and it's like your opening shot is him listening to fucking Yo Soy Cubano. It's like, why? Like,
With the Cuban league.
yeah, exactly. He's in
That's
a fucking polo watching soccer.
No, he's in his car and you see the little dominoes with the Cuban flag on it.
Yeah.
Just so you can understand.
I know, it's like there's no reason other than mentioning that the character is this, and then eventually showing them to be their own person.
So
Because
yeah,
when you meet a girl, the girl isn't living her life like I'm a woman. The girl's living her life like a fucking person.
Yeah.
And has her own traits and everything like that. One thing that I wanted to get into is that I feel like it's funny that like it's both trying to be like really progressive while also being actually sexist, if you notice, because there's a fucking damsel in distress. That's like the one thing that like you don't ever do because it is legitimately kind of a fucking issue with how often it's done. And honestly, it's just boring as a writing tactic. But no, her fucking girlfriend ends up getting kidnapped, and the whole thing is saving her girl. It's like sexist, but like from a lesbian's
The
perspective.
thing with this is
it's
that
weird.
I feel if you do stuff like this, it doesn't help the feminist cause. It doesn't at all. It just pushes it in people's face and makes people angry at you.
Yeah.
If you want representation, just do it right. Just write a good female character. There's plenty of them.
All you have to do is just continue to write characters, but just have different people acting them.
And the thing
No one gives a fuck about Scarlet Witch because she's fucking badass.
Yeah.
And she's a cool character. But like people have problems with fucking Captain Marvel because her whole character seems to be based around the fact that she's a woman.
Fuck you, I'm a girl and I'm the strongest
Even
one.
though we already had fucking Black Widow and
Strongest one.
yeah. Even though we already had Black Widow and fucking what's it called, Scarlet Witch, and it's like, why the fuck do we need this focus? Like, what does that do for anyone? Other than push these other two people out of the fucking way.
It's like they've just decided to bring her in and be like, okay, she's the best. They're telling you she's the best one.
It's so
and
annoying.
they don't earn it.
Right.
She hasn't earned it.
She needs to be an actual character. And no, it's just I do everything right.
Yeah,
that's her movie. That's the point of her
Yeah.
movie, is that she does everything right.
Yeah, that's my whole thing with her. I want them to develop her into a character,
And it's
and
so
not just
like
some fucking.
you have to put
I don't know
more
why.
work into doing this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to sit there and find ways of shoehorning in stuff about finding a
It's like-
fucking song that says I'm a woman and fucking fitting in lines about like womanhood or whatever. Meanwhile, you could just say fuck it and write a character and then have that deal with it. If she's lesbian, it doesn't matter. Like that's just a part of her thing.
Yeah.
She'll just go home to a girlfriend and that's a part of the plot. Like that's all you need to say. If you want to have something I mean, it's still on the nose, but if you want to have something where it's like someone who's objectively against them because of what they are, either a woman, a lesbian, or et cetera, then I mean, you know, I guess that's a point. but like it
seems like reaching.
It's
You're
still reaching,
writing
but
that.
I mean, like,
especially
it's,
nowadays. Maybe
but
back then,
it's better. It's better than fucking having her proclaim that over nothing. Like the guy isn't sitting there saying that Batman is exclusively better than her, but she's still
I
establishing.
guarantee that
she's
the
better.
other characters in this show are gonna be sexist just so they can use the angle.
It's just it's so.
It just seems
fucking
like
annoying.
propaganda. Like,
It really
why do you have
is.
to make it? Just make the comic book.
I don't know.
You had it already right there, and I'm
I
sure the
know.
comic book isn't like this.
These other people
I mean, from what I've heard, it's not.
It's not.
no one likes this, and they don't understand. They keep doing.
She's still lesbian in the comics. I'm pretty sure that.
Yeah, but that's not that big of a deal. That's fine.
It really doesn't play anything into her character.
See, I didn't even know that
Yeah,
because probably nobody cares.
yeah,
It's not a thing. It's just a character.
It's just
Yeah,
her.
exactly. Just like you don't care that Batman's straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. Whatever.
Like no one makes
It's not
big
a
deal.
trait.
No one makes
It's not a characteristic.
that's the problem because since they outline it like this and it show it like it's so forbidden, like no one does it. Like oh my god, they make it that much more like seem like a problem than it is. And when
That's what I'm saying. It's like trying to be so progressive that it's not.
Yeah.
You're hurting your cause.
Yeah, that's what they're good at.
Hurting their own cause.
Yeah,
But yeah, I just like. I wanted to move on to the next thing now because this is actually pretty dope.
And then this is the Wonder Woman poster.
Let's see, now to change the topic to something people actually like.
Yeah.
This is how you actually do it.
Well, I mean, we haven't seen the trailer yet, but I mean, yeah, I mean, so
Well,
far, I mean, that looks fucking great.
How you
I'm
do a
just
female
saying,
character in general.
In the first movie,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
good because she was just a character. It didn't focus on her womanhood, besides some like sight gags with her in a dress or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, that's it. I mean, I really, literally, pretty much my only problem with fucking the original Wonder Woman, the Wonder Woman from a couple years ago was there was problems with the writing where it's like you could tell that the studio shoehorned in some shit with Ares that didn't need to be there.
That's really what
Definitely
it felt
didn't
like.
need to be
And
there.
that's it. Like it would have been such an interesting movie if Ares just didn't exist and they went
Or
with
he was dead.
because you can tell like that's what they were going for. But then all of a sudden like a CG villain comes in and then
loop de loop.
fucking what's got I make this joke every time but I always forget his fucking name. What's that guy? Nigel Thornberry.
Yeah.
Fucking Nigel Thornberry looking motherfucker
With the mustache.
comes
and
comes in
God, that was terrible.
dons his armor like it's so fucking annoying.
He looks so goofy.
He does
the
because
mustache.
it's all CG with like this heavy ass armor and it's fucking Nigel Thornberry.
Yeah, and then he goes like this.
It's fucking
It
terrible.
sounds amazing.
See, the reason I think the first Wonder Woman worked so well for a lot of people is because it didn't have that super feminist push. It did, but it didn't really display it in
it
the
didn't
marketing
push it.
like
Yeah,
that.
it was subtle.
It wasn't the
was,
fucking
like,
point
subtle.
of the movie.
Yeah.
The point of the movie was humanity and love and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
But like the fucking point of the Batwoman thing seems to be I'm a woman or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. I want to talk about the poster though, because this poster is honestly
It looks
pretty
fucking
cool.
gorgeous.
I like it.
Yeah.
The fact that it incorporates the W,
W,
with the
yeah.
colors and everything like
Both
that,
W's, dude.
the
This-
spikiness.
Sadly, I don't think this is gonna be the poster they're gonna use for like the
No,
cinematic release because
no,
they have like a formula they use.
Yeah, but it's a good fucking.
But I've never seen a poster like this. Like the colors remind me of kind of Thor Ragnarok a little bit.
Yeah.
There are a lot of teaser posters that do this kind of not the
Yeah.
colors, but like this sort of aesthetic where it's like one character surrounded.
Man, it just looks great though. Like her armor.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen
the colors.
I've never seen her in that armor before. I'm sure it's from the comics,
Yeah,
from the comic. Yeah.
but it's cool as hell.
My whole thing is I hope this
The
signals
eagle
kind of like
armor.
more of a tone shift, like they've been going in, where it's like this is more, not on like Ragnarok level, but you know,
A brighter
excuse me,
side.
but like a brighter moments and everything like that. Because there was this one scene I remember from the first movie. Like the tone for the first movie was great, and I liked this one scene. It was after they like clear that town, like that's being. Inhabited or whatever, and you see like everyone dancing around. It was a great shot, and it was like a great moment. That kind of stuff is cool to see, but I don't know. I fucking hate the darkness of DC movies because they always do it wrong. And like,
I feel like with Wonder Woman, they're really letting Patty Jenkins do her own thing with the character.
I
'Cause
fucking hope so,
This feels inspired.
because that's what
This-
everyone said that they wanted was like because Patty Jenkins did a great job up until she was forced to presumably to put in fucking Ares because she set everything up like the way that it would have been great, but then all of a sudden she's forced to put in fucking Ares and well, what do you know? It sucks. It doesn't make the movie suck. It just makes everything like the last fucking 20 minutes suck.
Yeah. Or the lead up to it. Like,
the lead up to it and everything is great, but like I just it's a bad landing is what I would say.
Now, what the colors made me curious about because this is gonna be in the '80s, so it looks kind of like they're gonna do something like really themed.
They're gonna do heavily themed psychedelic. I can tell you that much. Probably base it a lot around '80s music, which will be cool as an aesthetic. But you can tell that they're not going to completely ignore it because 1984. 1984, the book, 1984, George Orwell. I imagine they picked that date for a reason. They're probably going to have something heavier. Maybe dealing with even surveillance. I don't know.
This is actually probably the movie I'm most excited for now just because of the poster. I mean, I haven't seen much for superhero movies.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much I can think of.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is definitely up there now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm interested to see where it goes. Hopefully it goes high. I mean, DC's been getting better. I mean, I can say that much.
Shazam was amazing.
Is there no trailer for that?
Yeah.
No, this is...
Aquaman was a piece of shit.
We don't talk... The thing with Aquaman is I'm happy it did well. At least it made money.
I'm not. It shouldn't have made money.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
No, because if it bombed, then they might have had an issue where, maybe we have to not use Jason Momoa. Or stuff like that. I'm just glad it did well.
I guess.
Because I like the actor so much.
But I mean, like, they're already presumably getting rid of fucking Ben Affleck and all that kind of stuff.
They're gone.
I know, so they're going to have to reshuffle everything anyways. I mean,
they already got
Robert Pattinson.
But Jason Momoa is
Jason Momoa.
I like him, so...
I know.
I'm
I
glad
like him.
I'm
I don't
glad
like
the
the fucking writing.
I'm glad the movie did well just for the fact that he gets to stay around. But yeah, the movie wasn't that good.
Just imagine they released a trailer for this and they use the same song.
Just completely disproved everything you just said.
I know, right? Just being like, we're sure it'll be a good movie because it doesn't focus on the whole agenda.
Stick it to us.
And all of a sudden, boom.
That'll be incredibly disappointing.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, I just want the takeaway to be from this is that we don't hate women. We just want it to be done well in a way that helps the inclusion, the cause, what they're going for.
My whole thing is that if you're really pushing an ideal, you open yourself up for an opposition, even if it's something fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Even if it's like there should only be plain waffles allowed or something like that. Eventually, there's gonna be a fucking war if you push it hard enough.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's what I'm saying is like you just need to fucking just normalize it is what I'm saying. There's no reason to focus on it rather than just normalizing it.
Yeah, just remove the
stigma.
Don't.
It's like instead of having segregation in schools, that they decided to put like the segregated people into a more beneficial position than the people who were already there. Mm-hmm. They were just equalizing it. Like that's how it should be. I mean, obviously, we can get into that, but I mean, I'm not going to get into fucking that heavy of politics. But I'm just saying,
this is as political as we go.
Right. I'm just saying, like, from that perspective, the point is to normalize it, not to, and maybe celebrate it. I mean, Pride Month and that kind of thing, like, obviously, but don't.
If you're from a group of people who throughout history has been oppressed, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah,
just celebrate it. Celebrate your newfound freedoms, rights, whatever it is.
But I mean, I'm just saying there's no reason to continually celebrate it through every single thing that features a member of your minority in said media. You know what I mean? And women aren't even really a minority; they're a majority actually. But like my point is, just fucking write a thing.
Just write a good story.
Just all you need is a story.
They will never do
and I don't really. I know it's inevitable. I just
but they have like with the first Wonder Woman was like that for the most part. I mean, it had undertones, but that was kind of the point.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's okay. It's okay for it to have like aspects of it and undertones of it. If you want to make a fucking movie about women's suffrage, obviously you're gonna have to focus on that kind of thing. But
like, you know what you're getting into. I'm not gonna watch. Batwoman looking to be preached to about how amazing women
are.
The
thing is if you're gonna make a show, a content, anything with a woman, I shouldn't even notice that it's a woman. That should just be a thing.
It should just be a thing. Because if you draw attention to it, that's when you draw ire. That's when you draw a problem. If your entire show is like, oh, here's this gay character, look at how gay he is.
Yeah.
It's like, why? Like, why?
So
why can't he just be a person?
Why can't he just be a person?
This isn't how gay people are.
A person who happens to be gay. That's right. That's fine.
Right.
The whole reason, like all that stuff, I think worked with Wonder Woman is because of the time period it was set in. Because nowadays, like, Batwoman takes place, like, current, I guess, current year, right? Women aren't oppressed or like they're not like, oh, you should be a housewife and shit.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even matter what she tries to do. That shouldn't even be a thing that she has to go through.
That's a good point. Is like back
then she had stuff that like
Wonder Woman is a period.
Not even in her culture though.
Not in her culture. I mean, when she like like.
But no, that's part of the culture shock. That's what draws your attention to it. That's kind of the point. Like that's a good way of handling it. Rather than. This, which is like why? Like
just,
why the fuck?
Like it's looks forced. Like the characters are forced to like be like that, and it just doesn't work.
It just looks weird.
In the interest of keeping this concise, I think we should wrap it up here.
No, we're just kind of talking in circles, but I mean it's an interesting conversation.
Takeaway message is just write
good fucking characters and stop trying to force in a political message where, I mean...
It's not even called for.
It's not even called for. I mean, like, yeah, okay, Batwoman is supposed to be, like, you know, a woman power type thing. It's supposed to be a power symbol. I get that. But there's no reason to make it so fucking aggressively a power symbol, you know? Make her a power symbol, make her a Wonder Woman, but don't make her to the point where it's like... Okay, I fucking get it.
Like
she's a girl.
Like she spits in your face.
She's a woman. I fucking understand.
It's
can see.
It's almost disrespectful.
Yeah. So. They assume that you're a fucking idiot and don't know what you're witnessing, as if all these people who are into comics and are men are inevitably looking at it and being like, "Huh?"
And I'm sure there was a lot of guys too that were excited for this show because they liked the comics.
Yeah.
And now
they're definitely
because they're apparently good fucking comics.
Yeah,
definitely was.
I mean, I haven't read. I need to read more comics, but
it's a shame.
Yeah. It's ruined.
We'll see you next time.
I don't know.
Bye.